Today's completely unnecessary exercise is to put a grill in the lower cowling. I want to cover up that ugly exhaust bit there, and also I'm going to repaint the greyish plastic black because it always looks dirty. And I have to admit that I'm doing this because of peer pressure. So many other NC owners have done this and done a beautiful job of it. So I thought I might as well give it a try myself. It certainly won't be as splendid as some of the ones I've seen on our forum, but at least I'll show you the process. It only takes 2 screws to be taken off for the cowling to come out. And it's this orifice that I'm going to put some grill into. Because I want to paint that grey bit as well as put a grill in that hole, I want to take the grey bit apart. And there are, I originally thought 2 screws, but there are in fact 4, and then a couple of clips that have to be taken out, and that grey piece comes apart. With that apart, it's now time for a bit of paper-aided design. I want to transfer the rough shape onto a piece of paper so that I can then cut out the grill. And the easiest way to do that is to just run my fingers along the edges. And as you can see, because I have dirty hands, we end up with an outline. So now it's down to the shed. I've got a bit of this grill left over from when I created the radiator guard, so this will match nicely. It's aluminium, so it's just a simple matter of tracing around the outside with a pen and then cutting it out. My cheap hobby bandsaw cuts the aluminium very easily. Now, this aluminium is very rigid. I can't bend it at all with the pliers. But luckily, I've found out that if you heat up that aluminium, it anneals it and it makes it go soft and malleable. So here goes with a bit of heat. Now it's time to bend that grill to shape, and so I want to just put a couple of marks on the paper to give me a bit of an idea where the major bends are, and then I'll transfer that onto the grill, and then we'll do some hammering and bending and shaping. Okay, things are looking good. But the grill's a bit too big still, so I want to trim a little bit more off it. Alright, I'm happy with that size. Now I'm just going to trace around that lip because I want to bend just the edges around so that it comes over and sort of forms over that lip. And I can do that now because the aluminium's annealed. I can just bend that with the pliers and just carefully go around, bending that edge around. I'm going to paint this grey plastic black, and to do that I need to clean it up so that it's nice and perfectly clean. I'm just using some acetone for that. And to make sure the paint sticks, I'm just going to go over it with some sandpaper. And I'm sanding around that inside lip as well because this grill is going to be glued on from the inside, and I need a nice bonding surface for that too. And while I'm at it, I may as well clean up that bit of grill as well, make that all shiny. Now I don't want to get paint on the place where I want to glue that grill in, so I'm just putting some tape around on the inside just to make sure I don't get any paint on that plastic. I'm not going to paint the inside, but I do want to paint the edge of the lip so that no grey shows through. I'm certainly no expert, but I know that plastic is notoriously difficult to paint, so I'm using some plastic primer to start with, putting on just light coat to make sure that I just get a good covering without it being too thick. And I'm just going to use some sort of satiny type black paint. It'll be interesting to see how well this wears over time, but I guess the worst thing that happen is I just take it off and give it another paint. Now the camera decided to have a spasm when I was filming this, and so you didn't see me introduce the black Sikaflex that I've used to glue it on. This stuff sticks better than poo to a blanket, so I'm completely confident it'll do the job. So now back in the garage, it's time to put the bits back on. Now, which way do they go around again? This way? Maybe that way? Oh well, let's just dive in and see. Well, there you go, all the bits back together, and it doesn't look all that bad. So now, time to put it back on the bike and see what the overall effect looks like. Yes, I know, I can hear you. You're telling me that I should be painting my bash plate black as well, but yeah, I'm not convinced. It gets a lot of stones and stuff, and I reckon it'd chip really easily. Now, some people have said that there's not enough air that will get into the catalytic converter, but I think there is. There's big slits there for the air to go in, so I don't think there'll be a problem with overheating. So what does it look like now everything's back together? Yep, I'm happy with that. The radiator grill matches with the bit of grill that I've put in the bottom cowling, and I like the black rather than the grey. Here's what it looked like before, and here it is after. Thanks for watching. See you next time.